Good morning, everyone. Here we are on March. It is March, right? March 2nd. I apologize for my appearance, but I've decided to put my beard back on. It looks a little scruffy for a few days, but it'll be good. So Israel continues its rebellion as we continue reading through Numbers here. The one I really feel bad for in all of this is Moses. These people have been given the bad news that they're not going to make it into the Promised Land. The rebellion has been such that God's announced to them that they're going to have to wander the desert until the last person who's 20 years old and older dies out, and the children will get to inherit it. And what I liked about that was God was saying that you're afraid that the people in that land are going to devour your children. Well, to prove my point here, it's your children who will inherit that land. And our God just rebellion doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So here they are. They're scared. They're angry. They lash out the only one who really is available to them, and that's Moses. And Moses is a strong leader, but not because of himself, but because of the Lord's instructions. He keeps reminding the Lord that these aren't his people. He keeps reminding the people that it's God who's in charge. And so he's stuck in this middle place. But in this middle place, he is one who constantly petitions for the people that in the rebellion, Yahweh does not kill them or destroy them. And it's for the sake of the people, but it's also for Yahweh, because Moses keeps pointing out that the Egyptians will just say that he's a cruel God who brought the people out to kill them. So it's about his reputation. So here they are. They're saying that Moses is trying to take dominance over them. He's keeping them in the desert in order to control them, and blah 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 blah. And there's this rebellion that rises up. But what gets me is God deals with this rebellion with Korah and the two leaders with him. The ground opens up and swallows these people. Doesn't take anybody else, just everybody connected to this household. They're swallowed up and removed. The 250 that are offering incense, these are Levites who are wanting to take over the priesthood. Those 250 are burned by the fire of God. People are seeing this right in front of them. Right in front of them. In the very next chapter you read, the people continue complaining against Moses. And it's crazy. When you see this, when you see it with your own eyes, it's crazy. It's crazy. Why would you risk it? Why would you, after you see these rebels, these rebellious ones who are trying to take over, being removed from the community in such a miraculous, powerful way, why would you continue to rebel? It's crazy. And so Yahweh chooses a miraculous way. Those censers that were used to offer that illegal offering by the 250 Levites, they're pounded down and used as a cover over the altar, as a constant reminder to people that it's only Aaron's descendants that are the priesthood who get to make these offerings, and nobody else does. And so that's a constant. He does this all the time. He puts these things in front of them as a constant reminder. He does that with many things in our lives as well, and we refer to them as our testimonies. And he puts those there as a reminder. The problem is we forget our testimony. We stop sharing, or we stop bringing it out. We forget the goodness of our God. So, and then he he gives them another strong thing. He tells them, listen, take the staff of every chief of every tribe and bring it before me. And in the morning, the one that has budded. Now these are, understand, these are dead limbs that they use as their staffs, dead for a long time. They are, there's no moisture in them whatsoever. If there was, they would rot. So these are just, there's no moisture in these things at all. And he says the one that um, grows will be the one that I have chosen. So in the morning, Aaron's staff, not only has it grown a bit, it's broken out in leaf and produced almonds. So this is a constant reminder that he says, set it before the people, set it before the ark, let them see my decision in this. Now, what stands out for me in this is Moses' position. And so many leaders in the church look at Moses as a strong leader. And I say that Moses is not the strong leader in the way that people understand leadership. Moses was a strong leader because he understood his position of servanthood. He was there to serve the Lord, and he was there to serve the people. The people put him in the position that he became really the mediator. Although the priesthood is set up, Moses was the one that was meeting with God. The priesthood offered the offerings, but Moses offered the prayer. Moses was there. Moses was to intercede. Moses explained things to Yahweh. He took the things of Yahweh and explained them to the people. He was there as a servant. He wasn't lording it over anybody. Nothing was done according to Moses' will. And Moses just carried out the instructions of the Lord. And that is the position of leadership within the body of Christ. And that's what Jesus was talking about. The first will be the last will be first. If you want to be a leader, then you must serve. You must be a servant. And that's the position of leadership in the church. And any person who tries to lord it, any person who comes in and misunderstands and thinks it's a position of power and of authority in the sense of the world's understanding of authority, will kill the people that they're supposed to be serving. If Moses wanted to, if he had been selfish about it, he would have allowed the Lord to destroy the people. People who come in with the attitude of leadership as in the way that the world leads, and it's about them, and people are serving them, and it's not about the servanthood. We know in history that every leader who thought that they were the most important, you look at the kings of Israel. The good kings were great servants to the people. The bad kings were the ones who were focused on themselves. If we look at the history of leadership in the world, communism may have sounded like a good idea to people, but they forgot to factor in the human element, and those people who were in charge of what was supposed to be something where everything was shared in common. It became about them. Everything became about them, and everything was focused on them. So we need to really get a good grasp on what is leadership in the body of Christ and what is leadership in the church. Moses is a good warning in this area, and a good example at the same time. And the moment that Moses made it about him is the moment that Moses lost his ticket into the promised land. Keep that in mind. So I just pray that I never lose sight of what it is to be a leader within the church, and that we've been called to serve. We've been called to lay down our lives for the sake of the church, of the body of Christ, and those who are serving the Lord. So you be blessed, be encouraged, and have a great day.